Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
A burst pipe at 3 a.m. is a bad way to start the day. A cold shower in November isn't invigorating. So before you start freaking, call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is just one call away 24 hours a day. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast the Florida Highway Patrol and the U.S. Marshal Service. This past Friday, the Florida Highway Patrol, they announced that a man captured in Mexico earlier this week, Mr. Brian Andrews, was wanted for his role in a deadly DUI crash that had been on the run for the last 14 years. Now, he was 29 years old at the time of the crash, and that claimed the lives of 2 people. Authorities said that he'd been driving on a suspended license, and he was found to have a blood alcohol content of 0.315. That's nearly 4 times the legal limit. Well, he went on the run when they released him from jail. But again, that was 14 years ago. But authorities, they finally got their man when U.S. Marshals picked him up and returned him to Florida. And once in custody, the fingerprints confirmed that the man that they had was not actually Brian Andrews. No, they grabbed the wrong guy. However, the silver lining of this, so that they weren't too embarrassed, it turns out that the guy that they did grab, Ernest McBride, he also happened to be a fugitive from the law. Apparently, he had warrants in both Arkansas and Missouri. So there's that. In the meantime, Brian Andrews still on the lam.
And one weird note about that story. He picked the name that he was using in Mexico randomly. That just happened to be the name
of the
person who was wanted in Florida on that DUI homicide.
Right, so he's a U.S. citizen. and
so he lied about his name, but his name just happened to be the name of someone else who was already wanted.
Yeah, so they went and they picked him up. Jesus. They bring him back, they confirm with fingerprints, and they're like, this isn't the guy. But the fingerprints are in the system. Oh, hey, you're still wanted on warrant. So, yeah, come up with a dumber name. That's all I can say. In the meantime, let's drink. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
The men's room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. All right, Jeff.
Mike tells me we're running a little tight. Let's just go straight to interior decorating.
All right, there it is. And we go into a butt in New Mexico, where an Alamogordo man, he was charged Friday for attempting to bring contraband into the prison. Test of the items revealed that the man had attempted to smuggle a lot of drugs. Now, according to court documents, Robert Rutledge, 38 years old, he was being transferred to a federal prison on a federal probation violation for drug use. When he was brought to the detention center, staff told the sheriff's deputy that while they were searching him, an item fell out of Rutledge's butt. Staff then scanned him and found that he had another item concealed in the same area being his butt. Then after the scan, Rutledge was placed in a holding cell so staff could later re-scan him. But when they went to get him for another scan, they reported that Rutledge was palming a bag of drugs and attempting to reconceal it in his rectum. Staff subdued him and retrieved the contraband. Now, an investigation revealed that Rutledge knew that he would be arrested after a visit from his probation officer, and they believed that he attempted to smuggle in the narcotics because of his pending arrest. And they were right, because he stuffed a whole lot of contraband into the leather Cheerio. Now, the question is, what did he not have up his
What
keister?
did he not have?
What did he not Because like I said, his ass is a drug pinata.
Okay, start again, brother. Was it not what?
Was it not meth, not heroin, not Suboxone, or not cocaine? So meth, heroin, Suboxone, or cocaine. He had 3 out of 4 of those up there, in addition to other stuff.
What is Suboxone? Is that like a pill?
I believe it's a pill, but I'm not 100%.
So it was not one of these, so he had the other 3.
Mm-hmm. So which one did he not have?
New Mexico, he's a probe violator. I'm going to say he ain't got enough money for coke. Final answer.
No, coke.
Okay. Ted?
I think it's heroin.
Heroin. I agree with you, Ted. Simply because there's no needles in prison. Well, I'm sure they can get them, but that's what I'm going to say. We're going to find out what he did not have. Was it meth, heroin, Suboxone, or cocaine next?
That was a tease.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Your home equity. It could be an untapped opportunity instead of an untouchable asset. Introducing HomeTap. HomeTap is an investor, not a lender. They give you cash in exchange for a share of your home's future value. Use it to pay off debt, make renovations, fund a business, or just live a better life. There's no interest or monthly payments to worry about. HomeTap. Get more from home ownership. Get more from life. Subject to eligibility. Terms and conditions apply. Visit HomeTap.com to apply in minutes. That's HomeTap.com.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Back to the conversation. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is interior decorating on profile. This man in New Mexico tried to smuggle drugs into federal prison in his anus. Actually, some fell out upon booking there. He tried to stuff it back up in there, but he had a whole lot of drugs on him. Question is, what did he not have in his butt? Meth, heroin, Suboxone, or cocaine?
And, Jeff, that is the very question that we posed to you. We will start with V. Ted Smith and Miles Montgomery, who both agreed on heroin. Oh, I'm afraid he had heroin in the butt. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
All right.
Jeff, you went with cocaine, and generally speaking, you said, you took an inventory of his drugs, said it's New Mexico. Financially, probably just can't afford it. And you are correct.
Hey, no,
There you go. Big winner.
Yeah, man. By the way, if you're wondering what was in his ass pinata, methamphetamine, heroin, marijuana, 7 bundles of Suboxone, and Miles, he brought 3 syringes as well.
Aha.
See? Yeah.
Okay.
Man, oh, man.
I wonder how he's going to do that.
Got good stuff in there.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today, Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers.
The Jimmies.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
Bill Maher.
Oh, Bill Maher.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there in the title. These guys are teams of professional writers go over the monologues each and every night. It's up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Blockbuster movies are back. Fast and Furious 9 is out. If you haven't seen it yet, trust me, you have.
Yes, Seth Meyers.
Seth?
Bill Maher.
Blockbusters are out. Fast and Furious is out. Fast and Furious 9. Well, if you haven't seen it yet, trust me, you have.
The Euros are going on right now in Europe, and it's a massive deal with the whole world watching. Well, the whole world except for the U.S.
Ted Smith.
Yeah. There's been some crazy games. It's hot outside, and the housing market is even hotter. It's so hot that people are putting on sale or putting up sales with ridiculous prices with no intention of selling. They're just seeing what they can get. I saw a sign on a homeless tent that said, showed by appointment only.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, Bill Maher.
It's Bill Maher.
You know what else is hot? The housing market. It's so hot, people are putting their homes up at ridiculous prices they don't even want to sell. They're just doing to see what they can get. I'm serious, they're doing. I saw a sign on a homeless tent that said, shown by appointment only.
Popeyes just announced the new I don't know meal for people who can't decide what to order. How could you be undecided when the entire menu basically has one thing?
Kimmel.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Some business news. Popeyes just introduced the new I don't know meal for people who can't decide what to order. How can you be undecided when the entire menu has basically one thing?
Now that the Olympics has added skateboarding as an official event, they must change their drug policies so athletes are banned if they don't test positive for drugs.
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Now that the Olympics has added skateboarding as an official Olympic sport, they must change their drug policy so that athletes are banned if they don't test positive for drugs.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Snowboarding in the Winter Olympics.
Right, man. I mean, there's just certain sports, and they're not doing it. They're not doping. They're just high.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, no, there's nothing performance enhancing. They're just high.
You wouldn't have the NBA.
Yeah, I also don't know, like, would it affect that much of a game outcome? I mean, like, look, people could, any sports league, you can have a beer.
Yeah,
generally, you wouldn't drink beer before a massive event.
But you could. Right,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have a problem. It will probably not help you, but it's certainly, I don't know if enhancement would be the right word, but performance affecting.
Right, like, that's why there's beer leagues for a lot of sports, right? I play in a pub league.
Yeah.
Because generally people have gone out the day before and are a little hungover.
Yes.
And then, maybe sometimes at halftime, you go ahead and just crack a beer. Keep it going.
Why not? You got to hydrate.
You do. So, yeah, there's a lot of sports like that. Like, I can tell you this much. I don't know that I've ever snowboarded without a drink.
I don't know anyone who snowboards who does it without a drink.
Yeah.
I'm just even thinking about being high. Like, as far as, where you focus, where you concentrate, where maybe you need a more steady hand. Archery, maybe, like riflery. There's a couple, but other than that, I can't imagine where that calming effect would be beneficial to your sport.
I mean, Rogan's talked about it. I think Joe Rogan. I think obviously maybe in an MMA or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fight or a match, it might help you there just because you spend a lot of time on your back with another human trying to hurt you. So it'd be nice to
I call that sex, Ted. I don't know how you do it.
I thought you were going to slide into the captain on me. You know what I mean? But if you're on your back, then probably that'd be an advantage in that point to kind of chill out and like not be as
right.
But yeah, most sports I don't know. You're right. NBA players, they don't even hide it. They like to smoke weed.
Down, bro.
There's a bunch of NFL people who smoke weed, even say at Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I could never do it. It's not my favorite thing, but if you got professional the dude's a professional skateboarder.
Right.
What do you expect?
A lot of people smoke weed for the anxiety. I mean, there's just, there's a lot.
That's why they do it, Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm down,
Let's see. Jimmy Fallon always does some thank you notes, and he had some pretty good ones on Friday, just about the weather and summertime stuff.
Thank you, 4th of July, for being the day we celebrate America's independence and also try to convince our dogs that the world isn't ending. Thank you, sunscreen, for not being called safety mayonnaise. Thank you, bug zappers, for letting me chill out to the relaxing sounds of mosquitoes dying. Thank you, wearing socks and sandals. Either I'm married or I will never be married.
One or the other. One of the two.
Thank you, hotel shampoos, or as you're called after the vacation is over, my shampoos. Thank you, QR codes, for looking like barcodes that got blackout drunk. There you have it, everybody. Those are my thank you notes.
You know, the sound of the bug zapper does bring you back.
Dude.
Now, in Western Washington, we don't have as many bugs. I haven't heard one in a while, but...
Say what now? My buddy, all right, so they had an outdoor party Saturday. I was like, at that point, congratulations, the hottest day of the year. But he had been talking about 2 weeks before that he had just ordered this new bug zapper. Because by his admission, he's one of those people, mosquitoes, just love them, right? So they don't really bite me much, and we're sitting down there, everyone's drinking beer. It was an 80s themed party, man, so it's all the music, all the stuff, and in the background, I mean, all night. That thing puts in work.
Oh, yeah.
More lives were taken. Like, to mosquitoes, that was their pandemic. Like, listen, if you go to this address, you will die. You will be attracted to this light, and the light will kill you. That thing was overtime.
Mine was on the deck below my window. And I could hear it go. And I'm telling you what, there was some nights where I heard like, I mean, for like 30 seconds worth.
That's a big one.
I thought, how did a bat get in there? You know what I mean? But I'd always, I mean, one of the first things I did when I went downstairs in the morning was you could pull out the tray to clean out it was always a half-inch deep of bugs. Yeah. And I was always just curious, what got in there, man? And I mean, you see bugs that you've never even seen before in the daylight. Like, you didn't even know these bugs existed.
We used to have one of the old,
like, growing up in Maryland, like, everybody had them.
Sure.
Like my neighbors across the street had them. Like, I mean, and that's what you do. You'd sit over there in the summertime and you could hear it. I mean, you could hear them all over my neighborhood.
You don't realize how bad bugs are on the East Coast. You battle ants, you battle termites. In the summertime, I mean, there's
everything.
Yeah, there's silverfish, there's roaches. It's just, I mean, they are everywhere. Bless you.
Thank you.
Dragonflies. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, we had a massive size bug zapper, the old Chi-Chis. And that's the dishwasher. One of the things, like once a week, you'd pull out the tray. And I haven't told the manager, it's got to be more than once a week. Like when I pull the tray out, there's so many in there that where the top of the tray meets the bottom of the thing.
You're slicing them off.
Right, just rake them off, and there's a bunch of dead bugs on the
Japanese
floor.
beetles. People would have bags in their yard for that stuff. Fireflies everywhere at night.
Cicadas.
I mean,
I just dealt with them.
It's insane.
All right. Have here a list of the longest running shows on TV that are still on the air.
All right. Now, does this include stuff like 60 Minutes of Monday Night
Football?
Football?
I guess 60 Minutes. Monday Night Football started when 1973, 72.
I don't, but I mean, you know, for a show, and granted, it's not scripted; it's specifically for a sport, but it's been on for a good minute.
Neither of them are on the list.
How about Sports Center?
That are still on the air? You said
that are still. These are the longest running TV shows that are still on the air. Okay, The Simpsons are 12th. They've been on for almost 32 years.
God, all right. Does this include like soap operas? I don't know.
I was about to say there's one giant one that
General Hospital.
General Hospital's number one.
Saturday Night Live.
Ooh. So General Hospital is number one, 58 years. Saturday Night Live shows up. That's been on for almost 46 years. You got The Simpsons, South Park, Power Rangers.
Never would have guessed that one.
Yeah. Law and Order.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sesame Street then.
Sesame Street is third.
Okay, I'm thinking kid shows.
Think kid shows, but also think more soaps.
All my
General
children.
Hospital.
I got to guess something like what's the
Young and the
hospital
Restless?
thing here?
Grey's Anatomy?
Grey's Anatomy.
Nope. This is an actual soap opera, which I didn't know was still on the air.
Days of Our Lives.
Like sands to the hourglass.
Oh, it is Days
These
of
are
Our
the days
Lives.
of our lives.
Jesus. I had no idea that was on the air.
Neither did I. And no, I thought because I thought there was
Because
like
we have a job, Steve.
But I thought there was like the bloodletting of soap operas a decade ago, 15 years ago, and I remember like General Hospital survived, but that was always the one. I don't know any more made it.
There is a soap opera channel. I don't know if they continued on to do original programming with some of these shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll take over General Hospital.
Right.
I don't know.
You're right. And they all kind of left, and then I think some of them just stayed on.
Is there maybe a game show on that list, like possibly Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy?
Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Wheel of Fortune, 7th on the list. Jeopardy is 9th.
How long's Jeopardy been on?
Jeopardy's been on almost 37 years.
Okay.
The Bold and the Beautiful. That's been on 34 years.
Beautiful.
And the Bold and the Beautiful, I remember it was
a
weird.
newer soap when I remember it.
It was a new soap when we were kids. Like my mom's rocking soap operas. But there was the big three. So General Hospital, Guiding Light, and what's the...
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. And then they introduced the idea of Bold and the Beautiful. And as a kid, I'm like, it's never going to work.
Well, all of them had twists and plots based on relationships. Like
Sure.
somebody marries somebody. Luke marries Laura, whatever the hell the deal was. Bold and the Beautiful was like, we're effing.
Yeah, it wasn't about a relationship.
You're good looking, I'm good looking. Why don't we get naked?
What about the show that nobody likes when they're a kid, but they end up liking it when they're an adult? 60 Minutes.
Nah, not on here.
That's amazing. I saw
Miles, one of your favorite shows, America's Funniest Home Videos.
Sweet.
That's still on there. Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Masterpiece Theater.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah,
I don't know anyone who watches
Me
it.
neither.
I don't either.
I don't.
And The Bold and the Beautiful, I remember seeing a skit for that when I was a kid. But at that point, you don't really fathom the difference between SNL and regular life.
Right.
But
So no news shows in there like 2020 or Dateline or kind of
Nothing.
CBS Sunday Morning or none of that, huh? How about the Today Show? Wonder how long that's been on.
Or The
you
Tonight
keep
Show.
asking, but there's no news shows on this list.
Right.
So Simpsons was on that list. Would Family
Yeah.
Guy possibly be on there as well? I'm sure it'd be a little bit further
I
back.
only had 15 of them, boys.
Oh, my bad.
I don't have the whole list, all right? This is the 15. You guys keep asking. I'm like, I'm sure it's somewhere on the list.
We're just guessing on these old shows. It's like a game show for us.
Right? Yeah, I'm shocked there isn't more news shows on here. I'm sure if you looked at the whole list, there'd be some on there.
Can I ask?
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Your home equity. It could be an untapped opportunity instead of an untouchable asset. Introducing HomeTap. HomeTap is an investor, not a lender. They give you cash in exchange for a share of your home's future value. Use it to pay off debt, make renovations, fund a business, or just live a better life. There's no interest or monthly payments to worry about. HomeTap. Get more from home ownership. Get more from life. Subject to eligibility. Terms and conditions apply. Visit HomeTap.com to apply in minutes. That's HomeTap.com.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
One more. I know I'm not supposed to do this. The Tonight Show.
Ooh, nice.
Right?
Nice.
Because you had
Come on, good answer.
Jack
Good answer.
Carr, then Johnny Carson,
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
It could be somewhere on the list. I have 15.
But it's not in the top 15.
For the record, I have given you all 15.
Oh, then Ted.
What about Elmo's World, Ted?
Just say it's 16th. Your answer to everyone's question is 16th on the list.
60 Minutes shows up at 16th.
There you go.
Just missed it.
Family Guy.
16th. 16th. They're all tied.
They're all in there. You want to check them out. They're awesome. You still got some NBA playoffs going on tonight. I was going to say, I believe the Suns are up 3-1.
Yeah, and is it game one of the Stanley Cup tonight? Montreal and
NHL playoffs are 17th on the list.
Exactly. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to the Men's Room.
Returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. As we head to Tennessee, where a couple's involved in a drive-by at Wendy's because their chicken sandwich was too spicy. Spicy! Taxi driver plays a video game and misses a customer stop, making their fare more pricey. He wouldn't cut down the cost either, even though he drove 20 miles from the wrong location. Wedding invitation mess up as if you'd rather have the beef, the pork, or the small child. Man attacks another at 7-Eleven with a jar of salsa. No word on whether it was hot or mild. And a man arrested in Mexico was not the fugitive the FBI was looking for. He was a different fugitive, and it's time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
And top story, we take to the lovely world of the internet where an RSVP for a wedding is going viral. It starts simple enough, having the recipient fill out their name and check a box of either attending or not, but then moves on down to entree choices, where it asks guests to choose from one from a few: beef, pork, or child, with 12 or under in parentheses. We can probably go ahead and assume that they're just asking if they're going to be bringing said child.
Yes. How many people do you think check child?
Right. You know what? Let's just see.
Come on, man. Where's my child? I'm hungry.
The problem is it is right there next to all the other choices, and there is nothing that says anything about it being a different bit. It looks like it should have been fish. In other news, sticking with the internet, a video was uploaded originating in Asia where a passenger of a taxi got a little frustrated with his driver. He noticed that his cab driver was braking a little bit more than normal as they were driving and came to find out the driver was playing a game on his phone while he was driving. To make matters even more inconvenient, he was so distracted that he actually ended up missing the turnoff to his destination, causing him to go a longer route. But wait, there's more. Because he was forced to take a longer way to get there, he had to pay an extra charge. The company said he was looking into the matter.
Yeah.
All right.
That's when I get upset. We got to go a little bit longer. Okay, depending on the situation, I'm frustrated.
Not
but
for
all
that
right.
reason, but yeah.
Right. Man, I'm getting paid because, or rather, I got to pay more because you're on your phone?
Or maybe he's like, no.
Right.
I'm not going to pay you that.
I'm done. Back to the bastion of good times. We go to Florida, where an up the ante with an incident inside of the local 7-Eleven. We talked about this a little bit earlier today. A man was arrested following an unprovoked attack on another customer, having hit the victim with a jar of salsa, throwing the jar so hard that it actually broke across the victim's back.
That is insane.
That is insane.
It is.
I mean,
and unprovoked. Right.
Yeah, I don't care if it's provoked or not. I mean, if you're mad at someone and you can still break a jar of salsa on their back, you've got an arm on you.
Right.
You got a cannon, man.
That's why it stuns me that it's not even provoked. This guy was filled with so much rage for whatever reason that he busted a jar of salsa on somebody's back, which is, like you were saying, already a feat.
Been to 7-Eleven lately?
That's not.
I feel like if I had to hedge my bets on an unprovoked attack, but at an actual establishment that people are familiar with, chances are I'm picking 7-Eleven.
That's true. I just know that the pizza's going to kill you.
Yeah. Not the drugs that guy was on.
That's not real healthy, buddy.
And I mean, throwing a jar of salsa is just too aggressive.
It is.
Yeah.
Why the salsa? Why him? Why his back? You okay?
No.
Keywords are important. A couple in Tennessee were arrested after taking issue with their Burger King order. The pair had ordered one of their spicy chicken sandwiches. Let me say that again. Their spicy chicken sandwiches. But complained that the sandwich was, wait for it, too spicy.
Surprise.
They did leave initially, but came back armed and opened fire at the employees as well as the restaurant, causing the two to be hit with attempted murder charges.
Maybe they could have just gone back through the drive-thru and said, we meant the original chicken sandwich and made a mistake.
Our bad.
Right.
No, I think they did the smarter decision, because who doesn't want to go to jail for attempted murder for the next 15 years because you had a spicy chicken sandwich that you ordered?
Right.
Yeah, and who's that dumb?
Why are you in here?
Exactly.
Think about it. You better
Spicy
lie.
chicken sandwich at Wendy's?
I enjoy spicy food, and I take a chance from time to time when it comes to spicy food. Because most of the time it's not near spicy enough for me to get upset by it. I recently had a spicy chicken sandwich, the one from McDonald's. They weren't kidding. That one, they stepped it up. Okay.
Did you shoot anyone?
No, I did not.
Candy ass.
I'm good. I'm not going to get it again because it was too spicy for me. But
Ooh, now that's thinking. I don't like this menu item. Don't order that again.
Right. Meh. We go to Louisiana, where the USPS took a hit. This was great. A pregnant woman heard a noise that sounded like something hitting her roof and went outside to investigate. What she found when she opened the door was a USPS delivery driver driving away. Checking the doorbell camera, she confirmed her suspicions as she watched the driver toss her parcel from the other side of the yard, and it gets stuck on the top of her roof. Rather than suffer the consequences of attempting to get it down, the driver did an about-face and made her way back to the van. Being that she's pregnant, the recipient has no intentions of getting up on the ladder to retrieve the package containing the clothes for her daughter.
Oh,
it's nuts. She's walking out there, and you can tell that this is hopefully a little bit later on into her day because she just doesn't care. She knows there's nothing fragile. So she tosses this thing, and it disappears over the upper awning, and then she just stares at it for a second, and then just turns around and walks away.
How did you not think they're going to piece together what happened?
Right? I think she did, but there's nothing that she's going to do about it, so we'll just leave. I'll just take my lumps when I get back. Over in the UK, a mile-long bridge connecting Lancaster and York counties is going to be darkened until further notice. The bridge has a line of lights that aid drivers going over the bridge at night, but due to the annual appearance of mayflies, with numbers in the millions, they've had to shut the lights off at night to keep the insects from gathering around them as they take part in their mating ritual. The massive number of insects have actually created a safety issue, with drivers having already caused a couple accidents this year.
Damn.
Flies.
Mayflies, yeah.
They look like moths, but...
And they like the light.
Just big.
Right, they're huge.
Big.
They're covering everything. They're all over the ground, so my guess is that traction could possibly be an issue on that bridge as well.
Is that how you want to die? Having sex on the road, get run over?
I mean,
if I have to get run over,
there's worse ways to go. That is it for headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. Ryan Castle join us tomorrow on Road Tripping Songs on Sit and Spin.
All right. Yes, indeed, it is all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
For tank and tankless hot water heaters, for clogged drains, for leaky faucets, for toilets that won't flush. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is your trusted source to solve all your plumbing needs. 1-800-FREAKIN' or beaconplumbing.net.